The sights on it are just factory, which is pretty lame. The magazine release button here is a lot chunkier than on my last Glock, and I really like that.
The slide release is ambidextrous on both sides. The safety is ambidextrous on both sides.
The Nintendo Zapper Ruger LCP, my Wolverine LCP2.
This is a variant of the gun that John Wick used in John Wick 1. He used a P30L, so it's a little bit longer.
But you can see the 38 Special along the top, and it looks like it did almost as much damage as the 38 Special, even though the bullet's only about half the size.
Shoot her! Yes! For science.
Ho-ho! Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be installing a rubber Hogue grip on ShanChan's Ruger LCP Custom. Last time you saw this gun, we put the pink Crimson Trace laser on the front of it, and now we're going to put a rubber grip here. Last time ShanChan fired the LCP, she was complaining about how it was making her hands sore from the recoil. This rubber grip here is supposed to take care of that problem with no issues. So, here's a couple of issues that I had just from looking over this piece. Number one, are we going to be able to install one with the Crimson Trace on it? Because this grip goes around the front here, which may affect the button. I was thinking I may have to take an X-Acto knife and cut the front of it off. However, as you can see from this grip, it's already got a spot there for the Crimson Trace button, which I think is awesome. Now, maybe I got lucky with this grip that I ordered and it just happened to have that. I don't know if all Hogue grips have that or not. So that might be something that you want to look into. This one, it actually even says right here, Ruger LCP CT, Crimson Trace, 380 Auto. So clearly this is made specifically for the Crimson Trace laser button, which it says right there on the UPC. So I don't know if all of them have that or just some of them. Maybe I got lucky, I don't know. Keep that in mind if you have the Crimson Trace on your LCP. So let's get started here. The first thing we need to do is remove this bottom panel here. So to do that, we're going to need to punch that hole right there and then have it pop out the bottom. So I got myself a little Phillips head screwdriver here. I'm just going to stick it in the hole. Giggity. You can hear that pop. And then I'm going to take my pliers here. And I'm simply going to pull it out. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, with this grip on here, you no longer need this piece. So you can hang on to it, put it in your gun case, throw it away, whatever. This one, as you can see from the inside, already has that plastic piece built into it. Now you've also got this little peg here that we're going to need to remove. So we're going to grab our pliers and pull the peg out. Now one thing I noticed, once this is installed on your LCP, this hole right here, gun's empty, needs to go through this peg here. However, on this particular gun, it might be because it's an LCP custom, there used to be a clip right here on it. So maybe that came factory, maybe somebody added that later at a gunsmithing shop, I don't know. But I did remove this peg here, and it is way thinner than this peg is, which means I would need to either machine this down by a lot, or simply hope that these holes just wrap around that peg, because as you can see there, it does extend on both sides a little bit. So since I can't, I'm not planning on drilling a hole through here or machining this down, I'm simply going to put the grip on there and hope that it wraps around the existing peg, because that's my best bet for an easy installation here. So, got the peg removed from this. Got the plastic piece at the bottom removed here. So now we're going to put the grip on and see if we can get this button to line up with our Crimson Trace button. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze that sucker on there. This is going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, I can tell that already. I need to get that around, there we go. Get it around the Crimson Trace button and then over it in a way where the laser will not be on constantly. Okay, laser is off, and we got it on there. Let's see what happens when we squeeze. Oh, look at that. So, perfect. This hole lined up perfectly once we got the grips where they needed to go. As you can see, it's still not quite around the pegs here at the top. I'm just going to kind of maneuver it into place. As you can see, the fact that the pegs extended a little bit on each side is actually helping us hold that grip in place. So between that and the button here, this thing is on here very securely, which is perfect. I actually don't have to do the extra work of removing that peg and putting a new one in there, which on a regular LCP you would have to do. So prepare for that if you're planning on installing one of these grips. So, I can already tell that the grip is much more, it feels a lot nicer in your hand with this grip on here. And the fact that you can just squeeze and the laser comes on is fantastic. So we're going to give it to ShanChan here real quick. Make sure the laser works for you. And one more thing to keep in mind. For those of you that have been paying attention to my channel, you know that we like the 7-round extended magazine. So that still fits on there just fine. However, obviously the grip is not going to go around the magazine for obvious reasons. So that is going to change the way you grip the gun, particularly in this area. You can still get your whole hand around it, no problem, and the laser still comes on, no problem. So it might take some getting used to as far as changing the grip goes. You want to give your first thoughts on that grip, dear?
Well, it does feel a little bit weird because it doesn't go down.
The rubber grip?
But it's not bad. I'm sure I would get used to it.
Do you like it better or worse than what you had before without the grip?
Well,
Or are we going to need to take it to the range and
yeah,
decide?
I'm going to need to take it to the range.
Okay. Well, stay tuned, folks, because the next time you see this gun, we will be using it at the range. Keep in mind that when the cats are playing with that, you are pointing the gun at them.
In front of them. I was putting it in
yes.
front of them.
So anyway, the next time you see this gun, we're going to be trying it out at the range with both the Crimson Trace laser, which we added recently, and the grips, which we just added, to see how that helps. One more thing that's noteworthy. For the moment, ShanChan is using the Sneaky Pete holster to carry this gun. The fact that we have added the Hogue grips, you can see from that angle how much fatter the gun is right here, which obviously helps with the recoil. However, with that much added on, it may or may not fit in that Sneaky Pete holster. So you might want to make sure you've got all these, all the gadgets that you want installed on this thing before you go shopping for a holster, because that could affect the kind of holster that you buy. Anyway, with that being said, here is the gun in its present form. Stay tuned for a trip to the range, and I will talk to you guys later.